trust yourself, and your first intuition is always the best. Don't try to have some breaks, just follow your intuition and believe on yourself, No one will believe more on yourself than you can do yourself.
Tell me about Laurent Demeure's story. It seems so interesting that you've done so much in such a little time.
Thank you for asking me, many people ask me when I started in real estate. In fact, I never started in real estate. I was born in real estate. My grandfather was in real estate. My father, my three uncles, all the family was in real estate. So I grew up in real estate. Christmas party, it was a real estate meeting, in fact.
So this is a family affair, family business, real estate for you. That's where you started, in the family.
I started within the family, but after my study, I went to university. I have a master's degree in finance and a second master's degree in international relations. I tried to avoid and to escape to my destiny, so I started in consulting. And then, many years ago, I was 20 years old, and I went back to family business.
And how did you decide to get into the luxury real estate?
Well, first off, I developed, the core business, in the early beginning. And after many, many years, I just observed that there was a huge change when the internet arrived, Everything changed. It was really a disruption. And I just realized that if you don't go in the luxury, you don't have time for your client to give your time. You don't have time for anything. On the luxury, it's much more important the kind of relation you build with people, strong relations. And I decided to move directly to luxury.
So that's how you decided to get into the real estate and luxury real estate?
Yes.
Because of the strong relationship you could build with your clients.
Yeah, and exactly because of my network also. I knew many people who were CEOs, executives in different companies, lawyers. So all my ecosystem was about luxury.
So it was an easy transition, you would say, to get into the luxury business because of all your connections.
Yeah.
And what was the biggest challenge that you faced doing real estate, and how did you overcome it?
Well, the biggest challenge, it was when, with my wife, Londa, we decided to launch Coldwell Banker in Europe, and especially in Paris. So we decided to launch an American brand in the French market. There was many competitors, and everybody said you will never be successful with an American brand. And we did it. We just tried to stay on the US model, and it was the success we know today.
And how did you overcome this challenge, would you say? What would be your advice for someone like myself who is in luxury business to deal with this situation?
Trust yourself, and your first intuition is always the best. Don't try to have some breaks, just follow your intuition and believe on yourself, No one will believe more on yourself than you can do yourself. And many agents, they tell me, Laurent, can you help us? Can you invest on us? I say, well, you should invest on yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, why I should believe in you, And that's the most important.
So you're saying trust yourself so they could trust you and they will do business with you naturally.
And never forget, it's a people business. It's about trust. Real estate is about trust. You have to build trust. You have to build relations with people.
Building relationships, one person at a time, will help grow your network.
It's the most valuable asset in your life. It's people. People are the most valuable assets in real estate. People, don't try to make money with the people. Just try to make relationship with them. And then the money will arrive one day.
By developing relationships, you will be successful.
Yeah, you're going to develop your relationship. You're going to develop your friendship also. And then they will trust you. And when they trust you, you can work with them.
And what's Laurent's brand strategy? How did you develop your brand strategy? That's
a good question, The the brand strategy is to be number one. That was our goal when we launched operations, you know. So we position Coldwell Banker as a luxury brand in Europe, you know, and we leverage the full power of the brand. Coldwell Banker is a fantastic brand. There's an history, there is some experience. It's a global brand also. We leverage all of that because we live in a global world, and our clients want our experience and they want also history. So just keep focused on what you have in your hands and leverage it.
So the power of your brand is the history behind Coldwell Banker.
Yeah.
That's what makes a good plan and strategy.
Yeah, the story of Coldwell Banker and your own story also. Because at the end of the game, you know, the most important question for a client is why. Why I will work with you, you know? Why I will choose Coldwell Banker. So you have to be able to answer why Coldwell Banker, why me.
And what do you think they want to use you and use Coldwell Banker?
They want to use Coldwell Banker because it's an amazing brand, of course. They want to use me as Laurent Demeure because I have a huge experience of real estate, you know. I'm a guest speaker in many conventions, I'm in the media, in TV, you know, I'm an expert in my business.
Fields.
Yeah.
That's great. You have the perfect name.
Sure.
Laurent Demeure, Residence.
Yeah, it's a perfect name for real estate in France, but it's impossible to pronounce for Americans.
And what's your outlook on the 2024 real estate market?
Well, as you know, 2023 was not very good. You know, the increase of interest rates was so fast that the market was really, really tough. The first 6 months of next year will be the best time for doing your shopping, because price will be a bit accessible and you will have some choice before the new cycle.
So you think there will be like a little bit of a market correction, and then it would be good to buy.
Yeah,
Time to buy next 6 months.
It's a good market correction. It's really the next time you should buy it. It's in the next 6 months. If you lose the opportunity, you will buy and at a higher price.
And it will be great to buy in Europe. And
of course.
What about South Florida? What do you think of South Florida?
I love South Florida. It's a great place to invest, you know. And to me, it's the best. It's to invest in France, Monaco, or South Florida, Miami, and all this beautiful city you have in South Florida.
And what do you think are the top 3 trends that buyers and sellers should be aware of moving into 2024?
The trends, it's you know, real estate. It's the best way to protect your assets against inflation. You know, when you own the real estate, whatever inflation is, you protect your money. That's the most important. You have to be in mind. And also, where we live now in a world with many crises, international crises, wars, economic recessions in many countries. So buying real estate in some very good location is the best way to keep your money.
So real estate in a great location is the safest way to go when you want to invest.
Sure. You know, myself, I always put my money in real estate. I invest, of course, in Paris, in south of France. I invest in Boston or Miami. To me, it's the best way to protect myself and to protect my family for the future.
Of course. Lastly, I would like to ask you, how do you think the Olympics will affect the market in Paris?
We are really looking forward to the Olympics. It will be a fantastic event. You know, the ceremony will be absolutely amazing. So we are expecting a lot of American clients coming to Paris.
A lot of American clients to buy a pied-à-terre in Paris during the Olympic Games 2024?
I'm quite sure, you know. Like Emily in Paris, they will love Paris.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.